But these Oni Lords are big and they're beefy and they just take a long time to just bring down. So I merge with my cavalry, and then he uses Gust of Wind. Gust of Wind is a pain in the ass. All right, hey there, folks. This is the Caffeinated Dad, and I gotta admit, I've gotten a lot better with playing as Odin. I'm not gonna lie. I'm very happy with how my Odin games have gone. This match is possibly as perfect as a play that I could do for Odin that I think I've ever done. I mean, in all the matches that I've had, this is the one that I was like, yeah, this is how it's supposed to be. So starting out, I have my 3 villagers going for the hippopotamus. I'm holding my wild hunt. I have 2 a dwarf and a villager over here on the gold mine. Get a couple over here for wood. Pretty standard opening that I have done recently that has gotten me some good success. There are a couple of matches where I've actually changed this route, but yeah, for the most part, things move pretty smoothly here. I get the early temple, only about a minute and a half in, or 2 minutes in, and I'm looking for that early advancement into the classic age. Things are moving pretty good. Getting the gatherers. I think I get another dwarf here once I have the gold. But yeah, dwarves on the gold mine you can't beat. There's the Kitsune coming through. Just doing normal things. I've gotten a lot better of handling the DLC pantheons, honestly. Like that, it took me a while, but I've gotten a lot better at handling them. The ravens are out there scouting. Everything is going good. I summon the dwarf and I just hold off just for a second, and I make sure that I get enough food so that I can go ahead and build the ox cart here, as well as advance into Heimdall's age. So I'm summoning the hair seer. I only just found a relic. For some reason, there's some matches where they just take forever to actually come out. Oh my goodness, it takes so long for those relics to actually show up. But all in all, things are moving pretty good. Things are moving pretty good. I get the hand axe upgrade because I'm going to need a whole bunch of wood. I got my iron har. Where did he run off to? Oh, is he down there? Hello? Where? Oh, there he is. I didn't actually send him out. How dare I? Well, I'm into the classic age. He is still not. He's a bit behind. So I take this as a ploy. Now it's time to be aggressive. I get the pickaxe upgrade. I'm building a longhouse over here. Again, with Heimdall, you'll find I build a crap load of towers. I send my villagers over here because they harvested all those hippopotamusites, to go and deal with these monkeys, get these monkeys. Ironically, this hero probably could absolutely devastate that Einhar, but just did not attack. So I go for the upgrade for my medium unit, or for my infantry units, and then I get the safeguard ability. Now he's finally into the classic age, and I'm like, there. I already have. I know that I have the lead here. I have to have the lead. But somehow the score does not show that. For some reason, it does not show. So I get a couple of units. I bring them all together. And I was like, you know what? We're going to be aggressive. We're going to put this, we're going to go kind of straight for building a settlement, and just go straight from there. I was prepared for a battle, but hey, I'll take a second settlement right now. Getting a couple of dwarves and gatherers. Everything's going good. How many do I have over here? I have 8. I got 6. And then over here with food, these guys are just cruising along, picking up everything. So I have them send off to go get an elephant, which is good. Get that food rolling. I get the upgrades on the towers, and then the upgrades for my Einhar so that it can be a big badass the way that it needs to be. Things are moving good. All I will say is, like, I got 20 military units as compared to his 7. And then just even looking at, like, where he is at, I mean, he has a decent economy, and he's building a guardhouse, he's building a stable, and he's got a bunch of stuff. A double, wait, no, this isn't the God with New Moon. I'm not quite sure what you're doing here. Maybe I don't understand. Maybe I don't. He's got some good, like setup infrastructure wise, but military wise and resources wise, I think I'm still about ahead. I still have a decent lead on him anyway. And also, just given where I entered into the classic age versus where he entered in, just gives me the advantage. So I send this guy over here to build a ox cart. I'm going to start setting up my second gold mine so I can really start focusing on that. There's a bunch of relics that I still have not gotten. Jeez. Get it together, Calf. Build a great hall. I build a couple of throwing axemen. Build another longhouse. Worried about the kitsune running through and doing like maybe a cheeky attack. I'm getting upgrades all across the board. I'm getting a new iron heart, a dwarf, and all that. The economy is pumping. I built a temple or a tower here just for protection. I think I end up building another one over here to protect these guys as they are resource hunting or resource farming, I should say. I built a couple, if I'm not mistaken. Go ahead and set up a wall, protect this side from any kind of cheeky raids that may happen. Things are going good. I've gotten a lot smoother with my play when it comes to Odin, and I will say it has really started to show. All my military over here created the wall. We're getting the plow upgrade because I'm starting to realize that there's less wild food that's around. I mean, there's still some food here in the base, but it's only I get some raiding cavalry. I go ahead and get Rigstula, signal brazers, all those different things to start moving. And now I have a ton. I have 8 gatherers. I know it's not ideal. I know it's not dwarves, but I can spawn out those guys a lot more reliably, I should say. Throwing axemen, and then I go ahead and build my second TC or my third TC. With this tower protecting, I have this tower protecting. Things are going good. This is about where I want to be. Just looking at the villager count, I have nearly twice the amount of villagers this man does. Just absolutely crushing it. I create another ox cart over here to farm some food. Things are moving pretty good. I send the raiding cavalry over here just to see what I could see. And he's got a decent little army. So I just go, oh no, run away! I'm just gonna go in here and hide. I was prepared for him to come all the way around, but we've moved off the main gold mine to the secondary gold mine. Got 6 dwarves over here. I got a bunch of fat sheep too. But things are doing good. We got crenellations as well as a stone wall upgrade. Again, if you're going Heimdall, please, you gotta spam the towers. Towers are so cheap with Heimdall. I think it's like 50 gold and like 100 wood or 200 wood. It's very, very cheap. So I run this guy over here, and let's just check in on the enemy, see where he is at. Like, I mean, he's got 7 Naginata riders. Naginata riders? Okay, that's what they are. And then a handful of spearmen. He's got the Wan Yudu, which is, I had no idea. I guess it deals area of effect damage, but it's actually very good against buildings. That's interesting. I did not know that. But he's got a bunch of stuff like in this area. He's seen my town center. He knows kind of where I'm at. He doesn't know that he knows I have that tower back there. He doesn't know that I'm back over here. He hasn't done an efficient job of scouting, in my mind. That's kind of where I feel like he is suffering a little. So things are moving pretty good. I go ahead and build out the another wall over here just to kind of give myself some protection, and I'm sweeping gold mines. This is a very aggressive gold mine for him to be at, but he already has a building here, which I'm like, why? You know, like, what's your plan here? So I'm building this wall down here, and I come over just to see, and I just try to get this kill on the Miko real quick. Got her, and we're out. Create the wall down, or the stone gate over here, so that I can escape. And overall, things are looking good. I go for the Njord. I love Njord. Njord is my favorite, without a doubt. Just because of the Walking Woods and then the Mountain Giant. I love those, but I love them both. At this time, I'm also transitioning some of my villagers into farming, because once this is done up here, basically there's only so many other little wild hunts that I can do before safely, I should say. So I go ahead and build that wall. I set up a market down over here to be able to trade with this guy over here. And again, we're doing pretty good. Things are moving right along. Army's probably evened out, but my villager count is still significantly higher. He's going into his heroic age. He's getting the medium upgrade for his infantry, and we got a mountain giant, and things are looking good. So I go ahead and set up a hill fort with the objective to get this town center. And that was my plan. I was like, all right, we're doing pretty good. Let's go there. I get the heavy upgrade. I get the ring giver because ring giver is so good. I got to talk about this for a second. Ring giver is so good. Jarls get 20% damage or health, as well as dealing extra damage to myth units. Like, that just makes him such a good all-around unit. And then also ballistics. You can't, I would always recommend having ballistics. Ballistics are one of the best things that you can do just because of its benefits for making sure that your abilities or your ranged attacks don't miss, specifically throwing axemen. Truth be told, fire more accurately at moving targets. You know what's funny is that if the ballistics, if you go with Scotty, you can actually skip ballistics. I mean, it would apply to only your throwing axemen, but your throwing axemen will never miss, which is important to know. So I have these guys up here gathering from these from the bushes before I upgrade them and change them out. I'm creating a tower. This is now fortified. Getting a couple of goatees. We're cruising. We're cruising right now. We are absolutely cruising. Everything is looking good. I'm getting a whole bunch of units now, and I'm also training or doing the medium upgrade. And now I actually get a little hint of where he is at as far as his infrastructure is concerned. We have a decent wall. I have these guys just chilling over here, and I still didn't get the relic. But basically, I'm sweeping this entire area. He goes into his heroic age, and he now has the Oni Lord, which Oni Lord is going to deal massive damage, which I think is funny, is because the Oni Lord is actually stronger than a mountain giant, which kind of makes me sad. So I go ahead and I attack him once just to see if I can taunt him, pick away at him, because if he's not quick, we'll just go ahead and grab that right there. I get the Hamask upgrade for my, my Berserks, so that they move faster and deal more damage. One of the Odin perks, I should say. But all in all, things are, I mean, like, I have this whole section down here walled off. This is all neutral territory. I think what I would do next is, yeah, I have this nice group. I'm just going to go over here and raid. I'm just going to go and pester. I'm getting a couple of portable rams. I already got the siege upgrade or the movement speed upgrade. But again, I'm just coming over here just to make sure, just to check, just to see if he's doing anything with either of these gold mines. He's going for the upgrades. He's going for another Oni Lord. I built another hill fort just as a precaution. But I mean, look at the size of this unit mass. I also have the which I love. I love goatees. Goatees are so good. They're so good. Decent range. Decent hack armor. But then 10 piercing damage per throw, and it deals 6 times that damage when it actually hits a myth unit. I mean, you can't beat it. So we're doing pretty good. I have a whole bunch of stuff that is upgrading. I got a bunch of Jarls coming out, and you look at the score. This is about as perfect of a match as you're gonna want to have. So I'm using this group over here as like kind of like a scouting kind of thing because I want to see. I go for also the levy upgrades just so I can start getting those guys out a little bit quicker. I think, what's it, 20%? Yeah. Send this group over here as a raiding group, seeing what I can see. And if we stop and take a look, like, he's got two kind of groups. He's got a handful of Bushis, the Riders, and Wandus. He's got a lot more myth units, and this is also where I suffer just a hair because I don't have enough, I don't have enough hair shears. I have goatees. I have goatees now, but I don't have enough hair shears, which that will eventually be a problem. Looking at it in this regard, if I were him, I would have walled off this section over here to prevent any kind of movement. I would have gotten this as far as the settlement upgrade, or gotten the settlement, which he has the resources to. But then also, his main crux is that he has not summoned enough villagers or commoners. He only has 32. I have 78. Like, I have twice the economic power that he does. Now, he does know that I have the fort here, or the fortified town center here, and at least a watchtower. But all in all, like, I'm very far ahead of him right now. So I get in the portable ram. I'm still getting gatherers. I forget from which one. I think it's this one. Yeah, so I'm getting them and then putting them right there. I go for the architect's upgrade, which increases all my the HP of all of my buildings, which at that point I'm just like, yep, let's just do it. Let's just do it. Let's keep going. I'm getting a couple of Huskarls. I'm getting the Levy Fort upgrade, which is a lot cheaper than I thought. Yeah, we're in a fantastic spot. So I have these guys run around because I was like, all right, I want to check this. I want to check this. I want to see if he's attacking on either of those, or at least working on either of those. Mainly because it's like, if I can cut off his gold and distract him, I can go in on a different angle and attack him. And like, I can come down here and attack him or something. But I go ahead and send out my army and just absolutely raid, and my mountain giant goes down so quick. And not gonna lie, this is a pretty formidable force by his end. But then at the same time, I'm up here taking my my raid and dealing with all attacking these commoners. So he's losing villagers, what little villagers he has already. But then I'm also dealing with his main force up front. This is about as good as attack combo as you're gonna want to have. I use the Walking Woods over here to go ahead and deal with these guys, which I think is funny, is that they're cherry blossoms now. Yep, we're going. Things are moving forward. He gets another Oni Lord spawn, which I think is absolute trash, personally. But these Oni Lords are big and they're beefy, and they just take a long time to just bring down. So I merge with my cavalry. And then he uses Gust of Wind. Gust of Wind is a pain in the ass. At the same time, I'm sending over I don't think I get the kill here. I think I die. I had my portable rams go over there to deal with that. And things have kind of leveled out. Like, now my units are attacking from up there. I was like, you know what? Let's go ahead and use Undermine. We'll use it along this angle. Deal some heavy damage to that. Deal with these units that are right here. And now we're just moving forward. Move forward, take out the tower, and at the same time, by the way, I'm also going into the tier upgrade, which I've been trying to go into tier versus going into Baldur. Baldur does the Ragnarok, which I like. Don't get me wrong, I like the Ragnarok, but it's just it's like an all or nothing, and sometimes it feels cheap. Truth be told. But everything is moving exactly the way that I want to. I don't even really queue any for more units. I'm just out here just dealing with all of these guys. I have a couple of portable rams in there, and we're just cruising. But it was a three-pronged attack. I had the cavalry coming from that angle. I had the portable rams going there, and the main contingent going right there. Everything is going good. And then I'm like, all right, let's just head straight for the town center. He summoned these daimos and these heroes, I should say. Hot damn! That guy did 50 damage per attack. Immediately, I come in with a Fimbul Winter, and then I go for the Bronze Shield upgrade. I mean, at this point, everything is dying. Like the wolves go and kill all the villagers, which is just incredible. I mean, there's really not a whole lot that can happen at this point. I'm summoning some Jarls, and we're just making our way through. This is about as clean sweep of a kill of a match as that I think I've ever had. This is about as perfect, I should say, of a match as I've ever had. And this is what I would do. Every match. If I could have a match like this, it would be like this. If we look at the post-game, there really wasn't a time where he was ahead of me. We were about equal right around the heroic age, but in my opinion, I think he did not focus enough on resources. His villager peak was only at 33, where I think it would do a lot better if it was at like 50, 75. He would be a lot more of a formidable threat. Yeah. I mean, and just looking all the way, and it shows. Like, I was able to research more. I was able to summon more military. He had more hero units than I do. But it's just things went my way. Always build your villagers, folks.